Continuing our conversation on, middle market mixers. That's kind of what we're talking about here this week. The conversation started out with the new release of the Allen & Heath 96K. Look, guys, I think Allen & Heath upgraded the processing in these Q mixers to 96K so they would be more compatible with all their stage boxes to get you to buy their stage boxes, because that's a big market. And this is where I usually argue with people who come at me about my statements about wanting a rack mixer. Well, JR, why don't you just go buy the stage box that fits, your application? Well, because I don't want to buy a stage box. I want to buy an all-in-one unit that's dependable, that's 96K, and gives me all the things that I feel that I need in the middle market. I Wi-Fi mix. I don't know anybody dragging consoles around the club gigs anymore. Everybody's Wi-Fi mixing. The bands love it. They can run their own ears on their phones and their tablets on stage. I mean, it is the greatest innovation in modern mixing for the middle market, for guys that are doing, weddings and clubs and the county fair and community concerts and stuff like that. You know how many bar owners come to me and absolutely love how we can just sit at a back table with an iPad and mix the show instead of having to run cabling up over the ceiling or around the perimeter of the room and all. I mean, it's like, who even wants to do that anymore? I have a full-size console for when I have nationals who require a full-size console. On those events, okay, yeah, man, I get it. You're the guy paying the bills. If that's what you want, then, have at it. But like 98.7% of the shows that I do, and I do 180 to 200 shows a year, is mixed on an iPad. Why the industry doesn't take that seriously is beyond me. And I was very critical of Allen & Heath about that when they released this Q series. This would have been a great series because it's in direct competition with, the M32s and the PreSonus and the Mackie and all that. It's at the right price point. They could have easily given us a 32 by 16 by 3, rack mixer all in one and 4 or 5 rack spaces and been done with it. I don't have to have a screen. I can always, hardwire a laptop into it to control it. But I want to be able to Wi-Fi mix, man. How come that's so hard for people to understand?